Welcome to another episode of the WeakLEE Podcast. My guest tonight is somebody that is known in the world for being one of the best dancers out of New Orleans, one of the original people who brought out New Orleans bounce, and people know him as GameOva Skip. His name really is Shelby Skipper.
In the flesh.
Right, yeah. Grammy Award winner.
Yes, sir.
Was on So You Think You Could Dance.
Okay.
And doing this thing.
Talk
heavy.
heavy.
In the city.
Talk
Yeah.
heavy. Talk heavy.
So, Skip, tell me a little about yourself.
Well, appreciate first of all having me on this podcast, bro. Thank
Ain't
you.
nothing.
But
Thank you.
but yeah, man, I'm Shelby Skipper. Like you said, first is my government name. New Orleans East, born and raised. You
Yeah.
feel me? East Beast. You feel me? Grew up middle class family. I went to St. Aug for high school. Played ball.
St.
Yeah, man. But I was good in football.
Yeah.
Right? So football and dance is pretty much my whole life upbringing. Like I just love, ball. And went to St. Aug for high school. Graduated with honors. Go to football scholarship. Signed to Louisiana College. Got in some trouble at Louisiana College. Then I transferred to Southern in Baton Rouge. That's where I met my daughter's mom at. My major was mass concentration broadcasting. So kind of this arena, I feel like I'll be doing this, like podcasting. I wanted to work for ESPN if I wasn't playing ball in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? And got my degree 2012. I had my daughter the same year, 2012. Cassidy, my baby, she about to be 13 this year. And growing up, man, and like, I ain't gonna lie, bro, it's kind of dope because pretty much all my life I'm doing what I'm into.
Yeah.
I've been into sneakers. I'm a sneakerhead. I've been into football, and I love dancing.
Yeah.
But I never grew up and said I wanted to be a dancer. It was just something I was good at.
Right.
It was just something. It was a fun hobby. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was just, and we from New Orleans, bro. It's like niggas in New Orleans dance. Like our whole society, like our culture is dancing.
Right.
Whether it's second lining, bounce dancing, praise dancing, line dancing, New Orleans dudes dance.
Right.
That's what our culture is. So when people be like, "Man, you dance?" Like it's crazy. Like yeah, like that. I got into dancing because seeing my uncles, my cousins, and friends that's older than me growing up and watching them dancing, and I was a natural. I just was natural. Like if you do a move right now, I can mimic that shit.
Yeah.
You know that I just cut you on the shit like just like that, bro.
Right.
Like watching Michael Jackson, that was the first time at 3 years old, 1992, in the Super Bowl. He jumped up on the stage and not saying nothing for 4 minutes. I'm like,
Right. I remember that.
you know how strong that is?
Yeah.
People falling out and screaming, you not saying nothing.
And you just standing still.
Just standing there. That's why I say he's the greatest. He don't have to say nothing. People passing out.
Yeah.
Men and women.
Yeah.
Not just women, men.
Yeah.
Michael! that did me something at 3-4 years old. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? So seeing that, and just like I say, just living it up in our culture, bro. Like watching Fifth Wall Weeby, Josephine Johnny, my dog Big Chew, all the dance groups growing up, like watching that, and I just catch on. I just got better and better and better over the years, bro.
Right.
And I realized this is my purpose. This is why God put me on this earth.
So you say you started all that dancing like right after college, right?
Well, I've been dancing before. You know, I was in St. Augustine. I used to get paddled at football practice because I was dancing and shit. I used to get
that practice?
That practice, bro. I used to get paddled in class. Like, bro, I just used to love dancing, bro. I just love, like, New Orleans bounce dancing. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're doing the Josephine Johnny, the shoulder hustle, rodeo high step, tap it up, hitting the beanie weenie, they doing all that.
Yeah.
I'm doing that shit. I wasn't supposed to be doing all that. You know what I'm saying? But I just love it. Like I said, that was a fun happening. The girls loved it. Like, you know what I'm saying? They do it well with the girls. And,
yeah, they like when dudes dance.
you know what I'm saying? Going to different talent shows, going to our school dances, different other school dances. It used to be popping.
Yeah.
I'm saying that's what we did though, growing up.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't just like, that was just like the dudes I hung around, we danced. Like that's what, so it's not like I was like, it's something new now. Like, no, man, we do this shit. Like that's the only reason I got into it. Because my friend group or the people that was in my circle, we all,
Everybody doing the same thing.
everybody doing the same thing. It was school, sports, or dancing. Like,
Yeah.
you know, or both, all three. Like, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you was into. Like, real talk, because I did all three. I was in school, sports, dancing. That was just, and dance was just on the pastime. We was bored outside and we caught up in a circle. And you know what I'm saying? That's just on some fun shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So,
That's why you got connected with the whole So You Think You Could Dance and made it like a whole national thing.
So after the storm, so Hurricane Katrina was my senior year in high school at St. Aug, so we had to relocate or whatever. But right before that, I got connected with my dog Big Chew. Big Chew, who all on the bounce songs. He said, "We live, baby." Him. So he asked me if I wanted to be a part of his dance group called the GameOva Boys, and so GameOva boys, we was the best group in New Orleans, best dance group in New Orleans. We started like a whole epidemic. We had the city from New Orleans all the way to La Place, past Thibodeau, everybody dancing like us. And
Yeah.
you know, we used to do stuff at the skate ring. And so we did that. We had a good 3 to 4 year run. In 2009, Chu called me at sort of 3 o'clock in the morning. And he was like, "Yeah, bro, they got this show coming down in New Orleans. I think, I think you'll be a good fit to audition." Now I heard of So You Think You Can Dance before, but I never really watched the show, just on commercials or whatever. I ain't really pay too much attention, to be honest with you. And me, I'm always like, I'm willing to try it. And I'm like, all right, whatever. But I missed his call. He called me like 3 or 4 times, and I'm 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, damn, something wrong.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
He never like, what's good? Like, so he's like, yeah. Like, you got to show you think he talking fast and shit. Like, bro, something wrong? You good? Like, but he was like, yeah, bro, I got the dance show, So You Think You Dance, and it's coming down here in New Orleans. They holding auditions. I want you to audition.
Right.
And it's free. So I was like, all right, bet. Did the audition, went to the audition. So how the audition goes, so everybody that's watching on TV in the audience, you see the final round where you make it on TV.
Mm-hmm.
So you go through several rounds before you make it on TV.
Yeah.
You got the preliminary rounds, you got the round after that and all that kind of stuff. So, funny story. Get to the audition. Well, that was 500, maybe close to 1,000 dancers trying to audition.
Yeah.
Right? Get your number. Boom, 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 boom. Get your number. All right. So you're in a room, and they line you up by different styles. You go on sets of 10, right? You do hip hop, you do ballet, contemporary, whatever.
Yeah.
They line you up set by 10. Play a song, you got to dance. Boom, they do that. That's how easy. That's a early elimination round, getting people out of there. Now, if you do a specialty dance, if you don't do ballet, hip hop, tap, contemporary, if you do a specialty dance like bounce dancing or African dancing or Memphis juking or whatever, they'll let you dance to like your song. This is where the funny shit comes. So, all right, my group of 10 up. I'm number 9. Like, bet. They'd raise your hand. What's your style? Hip hop. What's your style? Such and such. What's your style? And I'm not. I see New Orleans bounce dancing. What's that?
Yeah.
Cool. Everybody did their thing. I want to see New Orleans bounce dancing. Play a song. I didn't know. Like I say, I'm new to this. Can't have no cursing. Can't have no cursing. And where I set the song up at, the breakdown of the song, motherfucker. I was like, and then before he played it, I said, oh shit. I thought I froze. I was like, oh Lord, I'm about to get cut already. This is before I started that. That's how the song come on.
Yeah.
After the I start doing my thing.
Right.
So, like I said, song come on, break it down, motherfucker. And I just froze. I was like, and everybody was like, oh. And the dude, he's from London. When he was like, dance, I won't see it. So I started going off doing my thing. Boop, 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 boop. Everybody started screaming. They was going stupid in there. They was going nuts. Did my thing, and I cut it because it was a minute.
Yeah.
And did my shit. And your boy was like, how many of y'all think I should let this motherfucker go to the next round? Everybody raised their hand. So I went to the next round. And so how So You Think You Dance get you, what messes up a lot of dancers, you still have to do your style of dance. Don't matter what song is played. You could be playing. They could be playing a slow ass ballet song.
You still got to
do, but you still have to do your style of dance. That's how people get messed up.
Yeah.
If you know what I'm saying, like you're a hip hop dancer, you Memphis Sugar, you bounce dance, and you think you got to do ballet. No, they want to see you do your style of dance to whatever song they play. That's how dancers get messed. That's how you get eliminated, just like that.
Right.
So sometimes one song, it was hip hop, but it was that Chris Brown song. Yeah. Girl, I want it, yeah. And it was one of the, it was up tempo, but it wasn't like a normal Chris Brown song. It was something different, but it was dope. But it's still kind of, because it's fast paced and bounce dance is kind of fast paced, high dance. So I still went with it, did my shit, boom, 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 boom. And it was like, go to the next round. So that round, when I passed that round, that's the round y'all see on TV.
The one that,
That's the one everybody see on TV. Got to that. And so, and I mind you, that's the next day. So I'm number 2. Final round, 278 dancers made it. Out of like almost 1,000. I'm number 275, so I'm third to last.
Yeah.
I'm there. 7:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, all the way to 5 at night. We in a dark room in the auditorium. The only light in the place is the stage. Everything else is dark. No food, no water. We nothing.
Just in there.
Just in that bitch. You gotta wait till your turn. Just sitting there. You just like, oh, you falling asleep, trying to stay up, trying to stay energized. You walk off, try to get some water, trying to stretch.
Yeah.
Just in there. Usually I'm 275, so I got a long way to go. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just in there. I'm like, oh. And I'm looking at the time. Look, you don't even know what time it is. That's how I was like, I'm looking at the time. I'm like, oh, it's like 4:30. Now I've been here since 7 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Didn't eat nothing, no nothing. So I'm like, finally get to me. All right. Cut up. Do my thing. Cut up on stage. You heard me? I really feel like that wasn't my best showing. Only because I ain't had no nourishment. I had no food. You know what I'm saying? I'm winging it. Like, you feel me? I'm running on films at this point. Like, to be honest with you. My dog, Big Chew, they wouldn't even let him in the building. They thought he was trying to rob the place or something. So that's a whole nother story. So they finally let him in there. He cut up, but he know me. Like, you know what I'm saying? He know when I'm at my best and he know when I'm not. Like, or whatever. Right. He was like, come on, Scooby, baby. You ain't give me your all. Like, oh, he was like, damn, you got to get it. I know you had more in the tank, but I'm like, I ain't eat nothing. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know I did too, because I felt like, I'm like, man, these people about to cut me. So how that went, if they love you, if they like really love what you did, you get a ticket to go straight to Vegas. Yeah. If they like you, but they want to see a little bit more from you, they send you the choreography round. So initially, they sent me the choreography. I did my thing. They sent me the choreography. Boom. Got through all the way. Before choreography start, they say, Skip, can you come to the stage? I'm like, damn, they about to cut me before choreography? Right. Fuck, I ain't even do nothing yet. Lady said, just like this, and you see it on TV, how they edited it, it was like, you're not going to be making it to choreography today. I'm like, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. And then Lil C, who on a rise for the Crump, one of the pioneers of Crump, he was one of the judges too. He's like, the lady said, you're not going to be making the choreography today. And Lil C said, but you are going straight to Vegas. I'm like, oh, shit. I was like, I didn't know what to say. I started jumping. I started pissing on myself. Right? I didn't know. I was like, man, I'm getting cut before choreography. Right. Like, this shit embarrassing. So I've been all day. I'm ready to go home. I'm ready to buy McDonald's. I'm tweaking for a Big Mac with extra mac sauce. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I'm just, whatever. You know, I'm just saying I'm going straight to Vegas doing New Orleans bounce. Yeah. You feel me? You know how much, bro, that was one of the most gratifying moments ever in my life. Right. Because hearing doing bounce dance, this is something you're doing because I love to do it, but I never thought it'd be on TV. I never thought man, this shit lame. That shit lame. Even we love to dance, but you know how much negative attention. Man, that shit lame. Man, that nigga dance, man. Ooh. I don't get when people say dancing is lame when it's a part of hip hop, and it's New Orleans version of hip hop. Yeah. Bounce, that's what bounce is. It's our own version of hip hop.
But I think people just say it because they don't know how to dance.
That too, and they be hating, not be hitting a lot of women. You know what I'm saying? A real talk, bro. You know what I'm saying? But and it's for our city. It was a great moment for our city and our culture, bro. And that meant a lot. You feel me? That shit hit me when I got home later on that date, just started crying because it's wow, that shit. Just dancing, bounce music has been on a national level, but not really the dancing. You feel me? So to see him realize, Chew made me realize, and my mom and dad, you know what you just did? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I want you to really understand what you just did. You don't think you get it yet, son. You know, and that shit hit me, bro. And then when it came out on TV, it just took a worldwide phenomenon. Yeah. And from So You Think You Can Dance, so I got cut the round before you actually make it on the show. Top 30, top 20 make it on the show. I made it to the top 30. And I got cut in the ballroom round. Right. Ballroom round, that was really my first time formally dancing with a female. Yeah. The ballroom, you know, you in salsa, you spinning. Man, I spent the chick, and she was supposed to come back, and they ain't won't cut me. I messed up on the same part 5 times. I'm like, Lord, that lady didn't come back. She ain't spin back. I'm like, yeah, I felt it. I'm about to go home. But in my head, I knew the publicity I'm about to get when they air this. Uh-huh. You feel me? I knew the publicity, and when they aired the round that I actually got my ticket to go to Vegas, I just that's when my celebrity kind of kicked in, bro. It for real. That was my first claim to fame.
So when you spin the chick with the belly dancing, is it a way you ballroom dancing? Is it a way you spin them for them to come back?
So it's in the choreography they was teaching us, you know, we do it, and then I grab her, she spin. Yeah. She spin back, I'm supposed to spin her again. and I'm just messing up that whole situation.
Yeah.
That part, like the same part.
Right.
Same part, bro. It's like they did not want to cut me because they know if I make the show, their rating's still going to go.
Exactly.
Even though they had good ratings already, right? But like they didn't want to cut me, bro. And like, you know what I'm saying? It was a learned experience, but I understand like just me getting my ticket to go to Vegas, bro. Put bounce dancing on the map, put New Orleans on the map on a whole nother level, bro.
Right.
And like and my goal since then is like I see like, oh. So a little fast forward from there, that's when I got on the Ellen show.
Mm-hmm.
Ellen DeGeneres.
Yeah.
She saw me on So You Think You Dance and invited me on her show, and I opened and closed her show dancing. That was the same year. She was a fan of the show, and I'm from New Orleans. You know Ellen from New Orleans.
Yeah, she's from. Yeah.
You like met her, but she went to Grace King.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She moved to LA after she graduated. You know what I'm saying? In the 80s, her dad really couldn't take her being gay.
Right.
You feel me? LGBT. You know what I'm saying? So she moved to LA and she became who she became.
Right.
But she loved me, bro, like being experienced, being on there for her. And so she, you know, I'm going out there. That's my first time getting picked up in a Rolls Royce from the airport. That's my first time in LA.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, Lord, I felt like I was Dwayne or Ross. They ride me around the city, showing me around. And Ellen, she filmed 2 shows a day. So when she saw me dance on purpose, she was like, what the fuck? Like, you know, it's different between somebody watching it on TV or watching it, you know, and then you see them live. Because, you know, they got to cue you. Like, here's your spot where you're going to dance. So we just want to see 30 seconds of what you're going to do. And boom, boom. So they played me, came out, and she was like, the fuck? This man, he is awesome. Like, she was like, you dance like you got a rock in your shoe. Like, you know what I'm saying? But that was a dope moment. Once I went on Ellen too, I took off, bro. And I realized this is my purpose. This is why God put me on this earth. Yeah. Like, I just realized from that moment, bro, that's like, yeah, that's what you need to be doing.
So, with the whole line dance and all that stuff, that's something you come up with? Like, how did it come up?
So me dancing, I used to dance for Frida too, right?
Yeah.
And, you know what I'm saying? After me being on So You Think You Dance with the GameOva boys and being on Ellen and all that kind of stuff, I used to go on. So I started dancing for Frida in 2012. My first show dancing for Frida was Jimmy Kimmel's show. Uh-huh. When I come home off the road with Frida, when Captain Charles used to have Tuesday nights at Caesars on Tuesdays, and that, I missed them Tuesdays, bro. That used to be good. Yeah. Bro, when he say Tuesdays was a Saturday, like for real, you literally thought it was a Saturday. How many people be in there? And people got to go to work in the morning. It's a Tuesday. This is the top of the week. You feel me? Like, it's like, you know, we in there like it's a real Friday or Saturday. Ain't doing no tripping.
But when you say that had me thinking about Masquerade on Thursday.
That too. But I'm just on a weekly basis. That Tuesday. So I'm getting to the line dance. So how I really started line dancing. So the first hour of Caesars, 6 to 7 is free to get in. Uh-huh. The people that get there early, all of them line dance. All of them line dance. So when I used to start, I started coming. At first I was coming like 8, 9 o'clock, kind of like want to transition over Captain Charles. They'll switch DJs. Uh-huh. Captain Charles had just finished DJing and he'll switch to another DJ. But I started coming early and I was like, oh, they line dancing. Dude was line dancing. And I was like, oh, all right. I kind of like this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just smooth, but it's a lot of older people. Right. You feel me? Right. Because that's what line dancing was for. It was for older people at first. Like, it was just, you know, how they do their thing, how they get to enjoy themselves. And then when the young people come, they chill, they sitting down, because older people leave early. They get their crawfish, or they eat their food, they dance, they gone. They really got to go to work. They got to the fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, but they used to come early. So I used to start, I'm like, oh, I like this. So I started catching on to some of the dances. Now, mind you, I've been coming to Caesars, going to Caesars. Imagine you doing the same dances. These same dances. 10 years in a row. Right. Every Tuesday. Yeah. I just really got good with that shit, bro. But it was just, like I say, line dancing. Like I say, I started off when I say dance was just a hobby. That shit was just like therapy, bro. Because I was going on tour, I'm dancing, I'm all over. Like, I bounce dance, I teach bounce dancing. So line dancing, just when I come home, it was just a vibe for me. Uh-huh. It was literally just a vibe, you know. And I had to learn line dance etiquette and all. Like, I'm dancing fast and shit. They like, slow your little happy ass down. Like, you know, it's different. Like, you know, line dance is more, depending on the song, it's more smooth. There's more steps. You feel me? It's either 4 count or 8 count. 1 wall, meaning it's going front to back. That means it's quick. 4 walls, you're going here. So the dance gonna be a little longer. Yeah. If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So I had to learn all that. Now, mind you, I'm learning this on the fly. I'm not going to no line dance class. Like I teach line dance classes and all that stuff now, giving people, I break down the steps. I'm learning this shit on the fly. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pushing over because I tell people, if you don't know what you're doing, why would you get in the front?
Right.
You don't know what you're doing. Why would you dance next to a person that know what they're doing and you don't know what you're doing? Because the people, older people, they'll cuss you out.
Right.
Like, bitch, what you doing?
You in their way.
You in their way. Exactly. I'm just saying. I'm just like, get behind them and you don't watch the top, you watch their feet. And people just go enamored with the moves or whatever, but you're supposed to watch their feet because it's all counts. That's the big thing about line dance. 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's really dancing
1, 2.
period. Though.
Dancing period.
Yeah.
But line dance is kind of on a slower scale. You can really see the counts. You can really count because it's all really steps at the end of the day. So I get behind, I get in the back so I can see and I can study the dance. And I tell people, if you want to learn, just watch them 3 rotations. Let them go around 3 times and just count. And you'll catch on after that because that's how I really caught on. So I'm doing, and I really like, God's my witness, bro. I really got cold with that shit. Yeah. Once I learn the steps and I add my own flavor, it's a wrap.
Right.
And that go for any dance, bro. Like that's your ass. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? So once I just learn the basic steps, when I add skip in it, so I just really got, you know what I'm saying? I just really got good. I just really got good with it, bro. And so fast forward into the seasons, you know, and then after a while, bro, people just started coming early to see us line dancing. Just started coming early. Like it normally get packed on a regular Tuesday, 9:30, 10 o'clock. Started getting packed at 7, 8 o'clock. Normal people that normally come after like 9 or 10, they coming there early. They want to see y'all line. I'm like, well, god damn. Yeah. Y'all don't normally come around this time because we have the flow to ourselves, basically, and it's just us just dancing. Yeah, we playing the same songs. We early. Yeah. They eat their, the seafood. They get their eat their seafood early. We on the flow, vibing, doing us. And after a while, 2016, 17, 18, 19, the flow is just 15, the flow packed, like early. Fast forward 2 years ago. I'm in La Place. Captain Charles started doing Tuesday night at Mama's Kitchen. My favorite line dance is Curious. Curious line dance is something about Curious, the energy of Curious. I just love.
I really just caught on to
that.
I
love that song. Now, like I say, I didn't make that dance up.
All right.
I didn't make that dance up. Everybody like, that's the one you made up. No, that's the one I made popular. That's the one I made viral. I made it popular and viral. A dude I've been dancing with, Wayne, older gentleman, he's the one that made it up. I'm the one that made it popular.
All right,
but I told him years ago, I said, Wayne, that's the one. I tell you, I say that's the one. Listen, I will miss 10 dances just to dance to that one.
Yeah.
I will sit my little short ass down, and when Kira's come up, let's roll.
Right.
I just love that dance. So anyway, fast forward to 2 years ago. Captain Charles was at Mama's Kitchen in La Place, right? Kira's come on. Now it's a bunch of us. Like it felt like Caesars because all the dudes I used to dance with at Caesars, we was in there that day. So I had my partner Showtime with me. He was like, I gave him my phone, like, record this. I'm doing Curious, killing it, whatever. Essence, that Essence, because I got booked to work with Disney. Me and Second Line Shorty, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, working with Disney in the convention center. We doing shows. On one of my breaks on a Saturday, we changing costumes, wardrobe, Shade Room coming my DM on my phone. I was like, let's see Shade Room. I'm looking at, I'm really, my eyes small, so I'm looking like, they asked, can we post this post talking about me doing a Curious line dance at Mama's Kitchen in La Place. I posted it on my IG. They asked permission. Can they come post it? I was like, you damn Skippy, you can post it. Like, you can post it. And, they say, hey, write what you want us to say and yada, yada, yada. I gave Wayne his credit. I say, Wayne made the dance up. But, you know what I'm saying? It's just my favorite line dance, and I love doing it. You feel me? Because I don't be believing in stealing people's shit because I know what it feel like.
Right.
I know what it feel like people stealing, like, my stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I gave him his credit. When the Shade Room posted me, pew! Literally, Shade Room posted me. After that, DL Hughley, the comedian, he posted me. The network, The Grill, reposted me. Stephen A. Smith liked my stuff. And then Source Magazine, their IG page, they posted me. That came just like that. And that's why I get booked to this day for line dancing. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Right. That's it. Because I really starting to really believe, like, as long as that right person get to you, it's going to take off.
And I'm not asking nothing from it. Yeah. I'm just doing it because I love doing it. And it's just fun. Dancing, period. But line dancing, all this is therapy. Like, it's just, I just love doing it. And it brings people on the flow. That's the biggest thing about me. Like I grew up in the area of New Orleans where people dance, men and women. Man, we leaving the club sweating.
Right.
Like drenched, like you would thought we was in the pool. We leaving clubs, like, what I'm saying? Like, even my mom and dad, when they grew up, like, we actually used to dance. Like, we enjoyed each other. Like, we, everybody want to sit on the wall, just looking crazy, everybody in the section, the girls, like, that's not fun to me.
It's boring, yeah.
I'm blessed enough, like I said, I'm glad I don't pay for the club, because I'll be pissed off.
Yeah.
I paid $40 to get into this shit.
And we just stand there
looking at each other crazy. An old head always told me, it's like nobody dancing. What is this? Like, what I'm saying? He at the bar, he just venting, old people drink like fishes. So he just drinking like he was like, well, back in my day, youngsters, we used to dance. Yeah, I like you, Skip, you be dancing. Everybody won't look at each other crazy. He said, if I want to look at somebody crazy, I could have stayed home and looked at my wife. But I'm saying, I got what he was saying.
Yeah.
Like, people just, and what line dancing is doing, the bigger picture is showing unity. It's bringing the dance floor back. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Because nowadays, if you like right now, if you're not line dancing, nobody on the dance floor.
Right.
Literally nobody on the dance floor. And you're playing dance songs. Nobody's on the dance floor. But if we line dance, everybody come on the floor. So I'll be telling DJs, keep them running. Like your dance floor was empty.
Right.
Before we doing this. I'm talking about a whole hour running dance songs, nobody on the floor. A whole hour. That's embarrassing for a DJ who's playing dance songs and nobody's dancing.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? I can see if you playing slow music or something vibing, everybody chilling and whatever. But you playing dance songs. Nobody's on the floor dancing. But DJs actually used to complain because they feel like, I guess the attention is off of them, whatever. All that line dancing, all that, that's all y'all want to do. Yeah, nigga.
Right, that's what come in the dance.
What's the problem? Like, I'm lost. Is that a problem? If you walk into a club, you see somebody dancing, a bunch of people dancing, having a good time, you're like, oh yeah, this thing rocking.
Exactly.
I mean, that's what I'm thinking, like common sense. But listen, bro, you have DJs that say we line dance too much. And they dance floor be packed. I don't get it.
Right.
You don't want your dance floor to be packed? I'm lost. Like, but you have DJs in the city. That's why I say people are really messed up in the head. But like I say, the bigger picture is like, yeah, and this was me. This is what dancing does for me.
Yeah.
Like me winning awards and all that kind of stuff. Everybody come from different backgrounds. Everybody come from different walks of life. Everybody goes through something in life. Black, white, Indian, African, whoever you are, whatever nationality, whatever ethnic group you are. But when we dance, we all one language. We all speak the same language. And that's what dancing does for me. It's my performing art, because I'm very spiritual and you know what I'm saying, I love God, but that's my testimony. That's how I be able to preach his word through my feet and my movements through dance. You feel me what I'm saying? So, and that's my gift.
Yeah.
That's my gift, and I'm owning it. Like, I'm not shying away from it. Be like, yeah, you the dude who dance. You fucking right. Excuse my language. Yeah, like, because people try to crack jokes like, man, that nigga dance. So I got more money than you.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? If you want to go there, because people like cracking jokes. Like, how you talk to him? He dance. So what's the problem? I ain't hurting for nothing.
Like I said, I really feel like people say that they can't.
True.
Because in my family, I'm the main one people come to. Oh, D, you gonna start dancing?
Right.
I gotta be in the mood.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I do it.
Right. But I'm saying, some dudes looked at it as like that shit lame. Or, is that shit whack, whatever. Dudes who quote unquote drug dealers or whatever. Are you trying to impress a girl? They trying to impress a girl. How you talk to a dude who dance? Like, doing all that. You know how dudes is. You know how it is.
And that's one of my things that a lot of people don't know about me. Mm-hmm. I went to Alderman, Montessori, right? Mm-hmm. I did dance in school from, how long it was, man? I did middle school. It had to be like from third to 8. I was part of the dance at school.
Yeah, right.
A lot of people don't know that because all they knew me as is the basketball player.
Yeah.
Right. But as I just did the creative arts dance and then I did a whole lot of other things. Mm-hmm. But then once I got to college and then the hangar, I used to always be in there.
Yeah.
Every time they'd play, it was the Partner in Crime song. Mm-hmm. That I'm attracted to you.
Yeah.
What's your name?
I'm girl. Yeah.
Every time the song come on, I'm going to grab somebody. Dancing every time. Yeah. It worked every time. Yeah. Because like you said, a lot of girls like seeing dudes dance.
They love it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mom. They love it.
What?
For a new dance, how do you make it fun and accessible to somebody who's just beginning to learn how to line dance?
Well,
what is your strategy like?
Certain it depends on it, and I go by like the song, whatever the song I'm making a dance off of. Mm-hmm. If it's like kind of high energy, I'm not gonna say make it complicated. You still want to make the steps kind of easy, but they just up tempo. But if the song is kind of smooth and like it's kind of like laid back, just make it simple steps that everybody do. And don't overdo it. Don't make it a long 8 count. Like when people like, I'm not doing this shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You want to keep it simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, switch. It's mainly a 4 count, then you transition. Like you transition to each wall. Make it something simple. Like I said, but it goes by. I got how I do it. Basically the song I'm making the dance off of. Like I visualize the steps. Like, I close my eyes. I'm like, okay, I see this going with this, see this going with this. Because the key is, you want everybody to do the dance, right?
Yeah.
If I was making a dance for myself, a bunch of people wouldn't be dancing, like, you know what I'm saying? But if I want everybody locally and nationally to do the dance, you want to kind of make the steps simple.
Yeah.
Everybody can catch on. And you got to know who your audience is. Now, if I was teaching this to a bunch of young people, well, the steps would be,
Right.
But if I'm teaching the mature crowd, 35 and up, you got to kind of water down the steps, and they'll tell you, they're like, young man, we're not doing that shit. They'll tell you, like, even my mom. And my mom's like, son, I'm not doing that shit. Like, because I dance with my mom on certain, we got videos together and stuff like that. So, and that's where I get it from. My mom was a good dancer. Yeah, that's where I get it from. But yeah, it's just the songs that cater to the songs. Like even like if the song is high tempo, high bass, like I still try to make the steps simple because I want everybody to do it. You feel me? Nah, don't get me wrong. You don't have to dance to it because people like certain songs, but I still will want to make the dance where everybody at least can do it. You at least know the steps, whether you want to do it or not. You know what I'm saying? So I do the simple like line dance steps that everybody do, and I just mix them in perfectly.
Our music is different from state to state.
Yeah.
So how does that affect you coming from New Orleans? Like, do you listen to?
Yeah.
How do you?
You gotta like music.
Yeah, I'm a lover. Yeah, I'm a lover of music. I'm a lover of music. Like even like New Orleans, we known for bounce dance in the second line. That's what we known for. This is us. Outside of New Orleans, there's a lot of Zydeco. There's a lot of Zydeco. So in the line dance world, you gotta know these Zydeco line dances. There's a lot of them, and a lot of line dances. Like in the country, they have line dance groups. Like, you think we line dance? They line dance in the country. They do that shit. I'm like, yeah, this all, like, and I love line dance. And I had to tell them, this all y'all do? Like, for real. Like, they line dance for 5 hours. Ain't tripping.
Right.
They were like, F what you talking about, bitch. We come to dance. They don't want to hear no live bands. They don't want none of that shit. Hurry. What time you finish? I'm telling you, I didn't see it. I'm like, oh. They be in the grass not cut. They don't give a damn. They just, they just that's what I'm saying. I'm not knocking it because that's what they do. They enjoy it. But a lot of the popular dances come from the country too. You feel me? But and some of the ones we made up too, like in New Orleans, we just have a whole different flavor how we do out there. You know what I'm saying? Even with me, because like when I started getting popular, started making my way with the line dance, a lot of people in the country weren't really feeling that.
Right.
Because once New Orleans and the city take over, they like, oh shit. But they be like, but they watch who he is, be like, I ain't gonna lie, homie be jamming. Like, you know how you just want to hate but you can't?
Yeah.
They be like, I ain't gonna lie, little daddy cool. Like, it's nice, it's a groove, you feel me? So, and that's a big thing. And I ain't gonna lie, some people in the line dance community, because this is a mature crowd, I'm thinking it's the mature crowd. It's some of the messiest I'll be like, because I come from bounce dancing, which is a lot of mess. But in the bounce world, it's a lot of,
that's everything.
It's everything. I'm dealing with kind of the mature crowd now, so I'm thinking it's not. I know it's gonna be better, but I didn't think it's gonna be as much. Yeah. If that makes sense. Yeah. 40 and up. I'm dealing with a lot of TDs and grandmas, so I'm kind of like that shit should be past y'all.
Yeah.
Shit.
But that goes with people's life though.
I'm just like, so how they feel like some of them, how they feel like I've been line dancing all my life. You just come 2 or 3 years. I'm just saying got popular up 2 or 3 years and they feel played about that. Yeah. You feel me? But I'm just trying to enjoy myself like everybody else. I'm welcome everybody who come to a gig, whatever. I got to dance with you. Like I'm blessed to make a lot of money with this here, even before that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing well in life, but like I don't act like that. Right. Like I'm welcome anybody. Like I don't be tripping. Anybody want to dance with me? Anybody, you a good person, got a good personality, you want to vibe, let's do it. Right. I don't act like that with nobody, bro. Like I know I'm humble because God give it, God take it. So I never act like just because I'm known for this, that, and the third, and like I'm somebody's beneath me. That's just never been me. Right. You feel me? I'm raised better than that. So, and I'm willing to dance with any and everybody, but when I come out, I really go out to have a good time. Right. I don't care what your status is, what your social economic status is, rich, poor, all in between. Like, you want to dance? Let's dance.
Yeah. That's simple.
Yeah. Eagle grind. I don't be tripping, bro. I don't be tripping on that. But other people be tripping on me, bro. Other people, like, since I've been viral, since I've been traveling around the country.
And that's what that comes with. The people knowing
you know what I'm saying? It's just, and you know what, bro? I know that hate comes with that, with anything you do being successful. Yeah. But I didn't think it was going to come at much when I'm dealing with a mature crowd. I expect that dealing with the young people because, you know, you young full of it. You know, they don't know no better. They retarded. I'm a high school teacher. I deal with them every day. So I get that. But I'm dealing with my age because my mom said, I'm glad you line dancing well because being in a mature crowd, being, you know, I deal like being around people I can learn from. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, and mature people, they spend their money. You know, they drink like fishes. They won't have a good time, not for a long time, but they won't have a good time. Oh, yeah. So it's just a lot of mess coming with it. Yeah. And I didn't think that as much. You feel me? Now I'm inside of what's going on. I'm like, and they be cussing me out. I'll be like, you know, scream my life. Like, you around my mom age, you better watch. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be respectful. Like, but I'm like, bitch. It just be a lot. That just threw me off a little bit, bro. Yeah. But I really, the biggest thing about me line dancing is just real therapy for me, bro. It's a performing art. Dancing, period, is a performing art, but that's how I express myself. That's how I express myself. I can be free. I really dance like nobody in the room. Yeah. Bounce dancing, second line dancing. I really dance like nobody in the room because people could tell, like when I'm dancing, you could feel my passion from it. Yeah. Like you could feel it. I really be into that shit because that's just my time to be free. Yeah. The world pulls you in different directions, whatever you're going through. Me dealing with my own 2 kids. Me doing this, me dealing with kids, and I coach football. So it's like, my head is, I'll be like, oh, shit. Like, I feel like when I dance, I'm free from all that shit.
That's your getaway. That's
my getaway, bro. Yeah. So I, you know, but I don't mind whoever you are, bro. You want to dance? Come on. Like, I ain't tripping. Yeah. Bro, it could be me and another person. It could be me by myself on the dance floor. I don't give a damn. You didn't see me on TV. You see me if I want to dance, bitch, I'm going to dance. Right. You feel me? That's just me. Nah, I ain't tripping. Like, that's just me, bro. People like, man, you always dancing. Yeah, nigga.
That's what you do.
What else you know me for? Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? What else you know me for? This is me. Right. Like, I ain't going to stop being me because, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. But, yeah, man, like, dancing it's a part of life. Whether you do it, whether you don't do it, but you understand dancing is a part, especially black people. We've been dancing since the early 1900s. Like, that's what we do, bro. Like, especially the slaves in Congo Square, bro, they used to dance because that was their off period. That was their off time, their free time in Congo Square on Sundays. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's how they got along with each other. That's how they minister. That's how they fellowship through the power of dance. Yeah. Dance is a whole nother language. Like, that's how they communicated. That's how they enjoyed each other. You know, I'm just saying it's been a part of us. Yeah. So in my opinion, as black people, this shouldn't be nothing new. It's entertainment. That's what we do. That's one of our gifts. Regardless, whether you're rapping, singing, dancing, playing a violin, I don't know. But we know how to entertain. Yeah. But it's just support it. Like, that's just us, bro. So I just feel like it should be more support, not just in New Orleans, just period, bro. Like, dancing shouldn't be looked down upon because, matter of fact, it's a part of hip hop. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? People started breakdancing off James Brown break beats. That's how breakdancing came about. That's how rap came about. Off a dance song. Hit me. Right. Like, that's, people started rapping off that. Yeah. That's how rap started, off a dance song. Give me the break. That's why it's called breakdancing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, dancing always been a part of hip hop, bro.
You just think like people were just starting to really forget about dance.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. But that's why I kind of enjoy like the TikToks and everybody, like the TikTok dances, or people make little Instagram dances, because dancing, bro, is just, and people be dancing, we be bored. So we be like, we doing stuff and you be posting. Like, dancing always been a part of us, bro. Yeah. Like, don't forget, like, and I'll be wanting people to take dancers more serious. Like, don't get me wrong, like, you got major artists like your Chris Brown, Beyonce, Usher, Omarion, Janet Jackson, Michael Jackson, all these people I'm a fan of, but they got a bunch of dancers in the background. You know how much time it is. Just think about it, you the lead choreographer and you got to do choreo for Chris Brown. That means you have to make up a routine for 15 of his songs. Right. You know how where your mind pulls you in different directions. You got to know choreo for each song. Yeah. And you practice. You know how much that is the rigor on your body.
And that's the people that don't be recognized.
They don't get that shit every day. You waking up 7 o'clock in the morning to stretch to go dance for 8 hours. This is practice. This is rehearsal. Yeah. So you ain't even get to the show yet. This is rehearsal. You have to go over a show 15 to 20 times to make sure you know what spot you at this time, at this song, where you get off stage at, where you change your clothes at, where you get back on stage at, where you get off on stage at, where you going, because you on different spots at different songs.
Right.
Depending on the song, you're in a different spot.
Yeah.
You know how much what your mind pulls you in different directions. I'm so serious, bro. I'm just like people. I don't think people really understand on that level.
Yeah.
On that level.
Yeah.
Just, on that level. And I've been blessed to dance on some national stages. Like me dancing with Big Frida. We danced the whole show. It's an hour long.
Yeah.
You know what bounce dancing does to your body for an hour long?
I know the legs get to hurt.
Just full of energy. Just full, like, just
because
like,
you can't let up because
like,
it's performing. Yeah.
Like, and I feel like a bounce artist without no dancing, the show don't correlate.
Mm-hmm.
It has to correlate
Right.
at that minute. But we used to dance for an hour long, and it depend on where we at. Give me some more encore. Now you be looking at Frida like, no more encore. Like in my head, but I'm gonna do it. But I was like, oh shit. Like, but I'm just saying that the time that puts in, like, don't take dancers for granted, bro. Like,
Right.
Like real talk. No, I be telling people, don't take that shit for granted, bro. Because if you could switch places, I would love to see you try this shit.
Yeah, they can't. That's why they talk about it.
You know what I'm saying? I would love to see you. And my mom be like, Lord have mercy, son, you. Whew, I couldn't do that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? But they respect it. They see it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then also I got a lot of love because, shout out to my dog, Big Frida. Like, he's a gay artist and a part of the LGBTQ community. I'm not gay. So it's like, that was a whole nother realm I had to get used to because I ain't never danced with a gay artist before. So I'm like, But when he acts, because my first show, like I said, Dancing with Frida was the Jimmy Kimmel show. Yeah. And so I was like, all right, cool. And so people started looking at me crazy, like, man, he dancing with Frida. And I was looking at this. We pushing our culture around the country.
Yeah, it's about
You know what I'm saying? Unity. Like, I know who Frida is. Frida been like that. I ain't like that. And Frida never tried to force his sexuality on me or nothing like that. He never got out the way with me or nothing like that. They know who to play with, not to play with.
Yeah.
Them people do. They do.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and it's been dancing with him. I was his lead male dancer for 5 to 6 years, bro. Yeah. And it was a blessing. Like, you know what I'm saying? We parted ways, but touring around the world, being a cast member for 6 seasons on this reality show on Fuse TV, like, we made a lot of history together, bro. Yeah. And it was dope. But it was a big thing, like, we pushing our culture forward. And it was the biggest thing, also a big thing showing that no matter what a person described as or what ethnic group or what sexual orientation is, gay, black, blue, green, like when other people are aligned and y'all on the same page, it don't matter what your sexuality is. Right. We on the same page, we getting this money, we handling our business, we representing ourselves, our city and our culture.
And that's how you got through it mentally?
That's how I got through it mentally. Yeah. It was a blessing for the most part, bro. I got to learn, I got to watch, I got to see and experience. I've been to 46 states and 10 countries traveling with Frida, bro. Yeah. Like from Australia, 2 13-hour flights because you're going up and you're going down. I was going crazy. That's when I realized you had them people, them polices on the plane since 9/11. I forgot what they call them. Because I woke up and I started screaming. I was like, yeah. What the fuck? The man was like, oh, you think you need to sit down. They got somebody there. I forgot what they call them. But since 9/11 attack. But they keep one of them on the plane, but they be in regular clothes. You don't know it's them. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I just started screaming. Like, I was like, 2 13-hour flights with a 6-hour layover. I was going nuts. Yeah, for sure. Nuts. Remember, Australia, they call it down under because you getting out of New York, you going this way and you going all the way down. That's a long way to the bottom of literally the bottom of the map. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, but that was an experience, bro. And that's through bounce dancing. Yeah. We lived, so they did Falls Festival. So imagine Jazz Fest. Jazz Fest is in New Orleans, right? Mm-hmm. But it's in a different city each day, in a state.
Each different city each day?
Friday is in New Orleans. Uh-huh. Saturday is in Baton Rouge. All right. Sunday is in Lake Charles. Right. That's how Falls Fest is in Australia. Started off in Sydney, go to Brisbane, go to Falls, it's in a different country each day in Australia. That's dope, bro. We traveling with the festival. We I'm traveling with the festival. So we spent damn near 3 weeks to a month in Australia. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So that was dope. And the whole thing is coming back from Australia. I had to get my days and nights back together because they're a whole day and a half ahead of us. Like I had to sit inside for 5 days. I thought it was Sunday. It was Tuesday. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I was like, so you gotta sit back and recollect yourself. Like you gotta get back because we back in Central Time. You back in America. Right. They're a whole day and right now they're a day and a half ahead of us. So it's just like that. And then a lot of people get sick because you eating their food. You got to still eat Americanized food. Like I stuck to pizza and hamburgers. I ain't dealing with all the different cuisines and shit. But that's not my body intake. Yeah. My body not used to that. I'm not saying don't try nothing, but So a lot of people get sick.
I was the same way when I went to Jamaica.
You know what I'm saying? I want to stick to stick to what I'm used to, bro. You know what I'm saying? Through the power of dance, bro. I lived in France for the 2 months.
Yeah.
Falls. So it was a project called New Orleans Fever. Me and Second Line Shorty and a chick named Jessica. I did bounce. Second Line Shorty taught Second Line, and Jessica taught Zydeco. We go on each day. We did lectures. We did college lectures. I did a college lecture on bounce dancing and bounce culture, the culture of New Orleans. So I did 6 of them, and we did a Second Line. We taught classes, like master classes, bro. I was out there for a month.
Yeah.
I was out there for a month in Rennes, France. It's an hour from Paris. So that was in 22. Yeah, man. Like, that's why I say, man, the power of dance, bro. My gift, like, is afforded me to live around the world.
Yeah.
Travel around the world. And people love it, bro. They be infatuated. Like, people, first of all, be infatuated with New Orleans people, period.
Yeah.
People be infatuated with our culture as far as the food. You got people infatuated. And white folks come down here to take pictures of our graveyards and shit because it's sit up high. Like, I was like,
no, I ain't never knew that.
yeah, no, they have tours and buses and people it's 100 people outside of a graveyard taking pictures, bro. They have documentaries on New Orleans graveyard because I would sit up high. You know, we got beautiful monuments that's above the ground.
Right.
You know, the grave under the ground, the caskets and stuff.
Yeah.
I also some grave sites, you know, they're above, and they don't have that everywhere else.
Oh.
So it's fascinating to them.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
But I'm saying they have bus tours for that shit.
And we
like,
just used to.
That's my point. Like, you just,
yeah.
You know, and they think this voodoo shit, the voodoo, and they love how we talk for us black people.
Yeah.
What's down, baby? What's down?
Yeah.
Loud, they love our lingo. And through bounce music, they love it. Bounce and Second Line, like, they love it. Literally love it.
Yeah.
Literally, like, they infatuated. They want to talk about that shit every day. And this is something we do every day.
Right.
We're like, shut up. Talk about something different. Like, we do this every day, so it's like this is used to us. This is just us. That's why I say I got into bounce dance because this is just part of our culture.
Yeah, everybody around you is doing it.
Everybody around us doing it. I grew up seeing it, so it was a normal thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm seeing dudes like niggas not dancing right, niggas getting beat up because you're doing the wrong dance. Like, what you doing?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, literally, like, people don't understand. Like, they be like thinking we learned this on the fly. This some hood shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is come from the projects. Like, it's project music.
Yeah.
Like, bounce started off a call and response. Excuse my language. Fuck David Duke. Fuck David Duke. That's the first part of fuck. That's the first down song. T.T. Tucker. Where he at? Where he at? Where he at?
Yeah.
It's call and response. That's on some hood shit.
Yeah.
You know, they be in fact. How did it start? Just like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Just like that.
Just like that. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing like it's special to them, but that's just a regular day for us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's just it's just us. But I think people in New Orleans, we take our own power and our gifts for granted. We take our gifts for granted. We don't support each other like we supposed to.
Yeah, don't.
You don't support each other. And I'm not just speaking in bouncing industry, just New Orleans people. Period, bro. Whether you're a fire cook, whether you cold in sports, whether you know how to play the piano, violin, trumpet, whatever. It's just the support system should be much better. It just should be much better because we have a lot of talent. And I'm going to be real. We have a lot of talented people that don't take their talent serious. They just do that shit because they could do it.
Right.
I had somebody I had to get some people, a few people was in my ear, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I need to be this way. I need to be focusing on.
You know, I think a lot of that come from, like you said, people talking about you, down talking you, and have you lose your confidence in what you know you can do. And that affects people bad.
Yeah, bro. Affects people bad, but people, I felt like, and just with me going to St. Aug, bro, like that helped me out a lot because you ain't got no women to look at. So you could just focus on the task at hand. Yeah. That's the biggest thing about an all-boys school. Like, what distracts women? Or what distracts a man? Women and money. Yeah. It's the biggest distraction to a man.
And the crazy thing is, I was at St. Aug for 2 weeks. I left because I didn't have that distraction. I was like, man, I can't do this. There's too many dudes up in here. But now that you say that, I understand the reason why you got those.
And that's the reason why a lot of dudes from St. Aug be successful. Not because we think we better than y'all.
Focus.
We just focus.
Yeah.
We are trained to focus like that at an early age.
Yeah.
So whatever you're doing, school, sports, music, we are learned to focus on the task at hand. Yeah. And it's a brotherhood. That's the biggest picture about what St. Aug is, bro. And so how I be focused on dancing or whatever I'm doing, football or whatever, I'm like that because St. Aug trained me at an early age, bro. That's the biggest. That's why I tell if you have a black son, like send him to St. Aug, bro. Yeah. Literally. Silly, because we still had all the women.
Right. And that's another thing.
We still had all of them, bro.
Because I'm already going to see that my boy's going to be going up. And then the crazy thing is, you like let me see. There's Z, Brian, Rock, Miguel. I gotta say you gotta be probably the 10th person that did an episode with me that went to St. Aug.
Really?
Yeah.
Went to the Aug, bro. Class of 2006, bro.
Yeah.
Class of 2006. And they'll tell you the same thing, bro. Like, and don't get me wrong, St. Aug ain't for everybody. I'm not saying you can't be successful whatever high school. So I got partners that went to other schools that's successful too. So I'm not just saying that.
Yeah.
But I'm saying the level and you already trained to be focused and focus on your task at hand. You don't have to train yourself as an adult. Dudes that went to St. Aug already trained like that at the St. Aug because we ain't got no women to look at.
Yeah.
So you just focus. So by the time we're an adult, we already, you feel me, keened on or whatever we trying to pursue in life. Yeah. And that's the biggest thing. And it's a brotherhood because I ain't got to worry about getting a job in the city. St. Aug, they got a St. Aug alum in every career field in the city.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah,
like,
that is true.
I don't be needing my degree. They'd be like, oh, you went to St. Aug? Come on. Honest to God, true.
Yeah.
Honest to God, true. So that's the biggest thing I'll be telling people, like, especially if you got a son, like, even consider, you don't have to go to St. Aug, but consider it. Just the lessons you're going to learn because it's a brotherhood.
Yeah.
You feel me? So that's just what it is, and that's what we got taught, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I was there saying, oh, we got the paddle. You know what I'm saying? So you use imagine you got dudes that committed to LSU and Auburn and my University of Miami for football and won't get hit for a paddle. Scared, like, you know what I'm saying? It keeps you in line, but it's the discipline aspect of it. Like, we had hood dudes that went to St. Aug, tattoo, goals, and all that. But they came out better people. Literally, I have a bunch of friends. I used to drop them off in the projects. Like, I used to live by them in projects. You'd think they'd be going to any other school. And they go to St. Aug, bro.
Yeah.
They was on their scholarship, of course. Like, you know what I'm saying? But you see them as a teenager. You see them now. St. Aug helped them become the young man that they, that they are now. You feel me? So that's just what it's about, bro. And that's what I'll be trying to instill to my high school players and my players. Discipline, focus. They lifting weights, they in it. As soon as the girl walk past, ooh, who that is? Yeah, I'm like, you saw her in school. Shut your stupid ass up. Like, just lift it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they easily distracted, bro. Yeah. They easily distracted. And the two things that distracts a man is money and women. Right. You feel me? So when you don't have, not the money aspect, because of course you want to make money as you get older, but if you don't have no women to look at and you can just focus on the task at hand, it just makes it better. Yeah. That's all. It just makes you better. So that's the biggest thing I got out of the Aug, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I would want anybody to experience that because you don't get it when you go on to St. Aug. You get it when you graduated from it. Yeah. Because you learn the lesson. In the middle, you learn the lesson. You don't understand. You don't understand. I was like that too. I went there in 8th grade. So I was like, man, I don't go to school. Oh, boys. But my mom and dad, they knew where I was going. I knew I was going to sixth grade. Yeah. So, like, but I feel like that was the best decision they ever made, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, because like I said, looking back at it now, I should have stayed. Yeah, bro. But being young, not wanting, I was like, I gotta go. Right. You know, no, I get it. Bro, I understand, bro. That's really how it was. I get it. But that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest life lesson you learn. Right. And it's a benefit to you. And I promise you, how you focus on, how you got your podcast and stuff like that, and the goals that you focus with, how you are a dad and all that, I promise you, your shit would have been 5 times better focused. You go to the because that's what they train you on already. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's what we on already. You don't have to train yourself as you're an adult. You got that at 16, 17. Because you're going to get it by the time you're a junior or senior. You honestly going to get it. You're going to get it. Because that's really all you need in life is focus, discipline, and... That's it, bro. Making sure you're paying attention. Making sure. Working hard. That's it. That's it, bro. And that's with everything. But what legacy you want to leave behind? Legacy, Skip was a good person. Yeah. I was a good person, bro. I treated people right. I do right by people. And I'm talented. Nah, he was a talented dude, bro, and he always brought joy to people. Yeah. Every time you see Skip, I want people when they mention my name, they just smile. All right, man, that dude's a good dude, bro. The party don't start without Skip. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, it's a good dude, man. Easy to talk to, vibe. That man don't do nobody nothing. That man really go out and enjoy himself. He a good dad. You feel me? Like me knowing just trying to help people and do right by people, and I really go out to have a good time. So that's just, you know, I know I will leave a lasting impact, not just in the city of New Orleans, but just around the world. Yeah. You feel me? That's just, when you mention my name, bro, I just want people to smile. Yeah. I want people to talk good about me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I feel like you talk bad about me, you just a hater. Right. You know what I'm saying? Even if I dealt with your woman, hey, why you mad at me? You mad at her? Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sure. I don't know you. Right, you know what I'm saying? So that's just what I just want. to leave a positive impact on women and children, adults of all ages, bro.
Yeah.
You smile when you see Skip. You smile when you talk about me. Man, that dude, man, that helped me out, man. That dude, I saw that dude dancing, bro. I watch him on Instagram, bro. I love what he's doing with the kids. I love how he coach. I love like just everything about whatever. I'm just everybody just talking positive about me, bro. Because I feel like this. Somebody stop what they doing. If I'm out and about, I could be at Walmart, I could be wherever. But you stop what you're doing to acknowledge me for who I am and for my gift. I don't take that for granted because you didn't have to stop and talk to me.
Yeah.
So I really be appreciating people like even girls I do like you hug everybody. You too friendly. Yeah, bitch. Like people don't have to stop and talk to me.
Right.
These people showing me love. I show love back.
Exactly.
That's what you're supposed to do.
I am.
That's who I am, bro. Like you could be stopped. Like you didn't have to invite me to your podcast.
Yeah.
You didn't have to. Like even like you wanted to, but you didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
You don't owe me nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I appreciate it, but I'm just telling people like people don't owe you, and people be feeling entitled. Like
and that's the problem with the world.
You're not entitled. So when people stop what they're doing, bro, to acknowledge me, to dap me up, or you want to take a picture, or you showing me love, like your mom want to take a picture. I appreciate all that. Your mom didn't have to ask for a picture.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just a certain love. I show love back, bro.
Always little things.
It's little things. I'm genuine. So I love genuineness coming from other people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm genuine. If 3 words to describe me, bro, passionate. I'm passionate. I'm genuine. And I'm gifted in what I do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you 3 words to describe me, passionate, whether it's dancing, coaching football, being a father, and being a dad, bro, it ain't no handbook of how to be a parent.
Yeah.
Like I'm still learning as I go. People don't think I'm 36. I'm 36, bro. My students be like, damn, you 36, Coach? Yeah, shut up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't think I turned 37, you know what I'm saying? But I got that young energy and I be moving around and I keep myself up. So I just don't look, you feel me? But
don't look like
it. Don't look like it, bro. I keep my beard because if I cut it off, I feel like I'm gonna look like a grown 10-year-old. You know what I'm saying? Me being small and shit. But man, like you being a dad, like, you still learning as you go.
Yeah, for sure.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But not saying you gonna give it your all to your kids. And like I say, as parents, we mess up.
Yeah.
But
our
you
parents messed up.
You mess up, but you fix it.
Mm-hmm.
And knowing like as an adult, you own it. That's why I think a lot of parents back in these days, or some parents just be scared to own their mistakes. Or whatever it is towards the kids. Like, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, but you own it and fix it. Like, I'm gonna do this better. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you gotta want to be a good dad. Like, that's a want to.
And that actually helps your kids out as they get older.
Most definitely.
They're saying if you could apologize to me for what you did wrong, I know I could apologize to the next person for what I did wrong.
Most definitely. Like, and then I had, like, my mom and dad still married, coming from a married household, and the love they treated me and my little brother. Like, I do the same thing for my kids. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not with none of my kids' moms, but we have a good relationship. Like, my daughter's mom from Philly, she live in Atlanta. My son's mom's from here, Samaj. Cassidy and Samaj, daddy, love y'all. You know what I'm saying? But I just try to do right by them, bro. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I ask questions. I don't know everything. Mom, Dad, how would you handle this? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm a mama's boy. I'm a mama's and dad's boy. Yeah. Fuck it. My mom and dad love me, and I love them. At the end of the day, I just feel like friends come and go, bro. Women come and go. Money come and go. But how I am, my mom and dad gonna be there. Yeah. Parents gonna be there, bro. Like mine is, bro. And everybody don't have the type of love that I have.
That's
like
another big thing. A lot of people don't have that.
They don't have that, bro. Your mom and dad still there, bro. People don't have that type of love. Everybody don't have that, bro. Yeah. Everybody don't have that. See, you even with your kids, you bring your kids in the barber shop, and I watch all that, bro. Niggas don't be,
they don't do that.
You don't do that, bro. And I'm not saying whether you live with your kids or not, or how much time you spend with them, just a little time like that. Yeah. Niggas don't be doing that like that. Right. A lot of them, bro. And they don't have the love. They don't have an outlet to go to when you need to ask a question about just whatever. Yeah. Your mom and dad right here. You can ask them. Like, you talk to them. Just, you still a son. Because I realize they tell me, son, I don't care how old you get. I'm never going to stop being your mom or dad. Right. I'm never going to stop being a parent. And you realize that when you have kids, when I had kids. You feel me? So my daughter being 13 and shit, I'm like, oh, she got my boys and shit. I be want conker on her head. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, but it's no rule book, bro. You learn it on the fly, but you want to do it your way. You feel me? And me to be the best father you are to your boys. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Whatever it is. But you own it. You know when they get older, my dad was a good dad to me. Yeah. Whatever that's all we're living for. That's it. That's all. Mm-hmm. You want your kids, like your mom and dad, my mom and dad, they want their child to figure it out at the end of the day. Whatever they want to do.
Figure out about Mahoya Kama.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
Figure it out. I'm going to hold you accountable.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And you got to own it. You got to own your accountability. You know, a lot of people, men and women, just they don't want to be told nothing.
Yeah.
Adults,
and that's
period.
The problem.
That's the problem, bro. That's the problem. Nigga don't be
Can't
told.
tell nobody nothing.
Can't tell nobody nothing, bro. It's just like, whatever my way go, it is what it is. Don't tell me nothing, it is what it is. But I'm saying, you got that type of mindset. How you going to grow?
You can't.
You
Every
can't,
time you
bro.
think you know everything, you can't.
You can't, bro. Even the smartest people still ask questions.
Yeah.
Even the smartest people are great listeners.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, cause you want to hang with people that are smarter than you, cause that's how you get smarter. That's just how you get smarter, bro.
You're supposed to listen before you talk. Well, we got two ears and one mouth.
That's what makes a great leader, bro.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, we don't know everything.
Yeah.
We know some shit, but we don't know everything.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I'm a seeker of knowledge. I want to know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care how much money I got. How you do this?
Yeah.
Let me know. Well, I ask, how you do this? Tell me. Sit down, whatever. What we got to do?
Yeah.
I want to learn, bro, because it's going to make me better as a person, and I can pass that knowledge down.
Mm-hmm.
Reach one, teach one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, but, you know, egos get in the way, bro. You know, everybody think they too big. You can't, I know this and I know that. You feel me? And just, I tell everybody, have a good, close net, a circle of friends, whatever your core group is, because mental health is serious, bro.
Yeah.
Shit hurt my heart, you know. I heard it listening what happened to Kyron Lacey, receiver, you know, for LSU, you know, God rest his soul. But just, you know.
Never know.
You just never know. He's a young man, and I probably thought his life was over because his trial for that case, you know, supposed to be started Monday.
Yeah, the day before.
But you need a good core group of friends, bro. 2 or 3 people, not too much, that you could just vent to.
Mm-hmm.
And as men, bro, we need that.
Yeah.
Women got their girl nights. They always hang out, whatever, but that's where they time to enjoy each other, but also time to vent to what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I can respect a lot of women for that because, yeah, girls nights, they be having fun or whatever. But so after the music stops, after they stop drinking shots, they sit down and talk.
Yeah.
They run it.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? They run it.
Yeah.
More men need to do that, bro. Man, go hang out, bro. Let's go shoot pool. Let's run it. Let's vibe, bro. Yeah. Let's go get some chicken wings, you know, chop it up. Whatever. Just, you know, it can be a snowball. Let's get a snowball. Let's go.
Yeah.
How you doing, bro? What's going on with you? Just more men need to do that. You feel me?
But when people ask you, you really need to answer that. That's a lot of things people don't do too. When you ask how you doing, you don't really say how you doing.
Yeah.
You be like, I'm good, I'm straight.
That's a good point.
But they don't be like, nah, bro, I'm going through this. Like the other day, I had to do this. My patience been bothering me. I want this to happen right now. My expectations are, I thought it was going to happen then. It ain't happening yet. I don't know what to do now. My mind all over the place.
You got a lot of, you right, bro. Yeah. You got a lot of men that ain't going to say that. Their pride hurt. Ego, you know, just be like, but you could tell, like, especially your partner you've been rocking with for some years. Y'all know each other. You can feel it.
Yeah.
And you be like, bro, talk to me, bro. What's going on? I know something going on. How you and your wife doing? What's going on? How y'all, you know, talk to me, bro, because I'd rather you talk to me and vent before you do something you ain't got no business doing.
Yeah, for sure.
At the end of the day. And, you know, I'm be telling my partner, I'm gonna be a real friend. I'm not a yes friend, bro. I'm gonna correct you when you're wrong. Right. I'm gonna hold you accountable, bro. You're in your 30s, I gotta hold you accountable. Because some shit that you're doing, I don't want that around me.
Yeah, for
you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. So I'd rather correct it here. You get it from a real friend, not nobody outside. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But anybody, bro. You need somebody to talk to. You know, I'll be telling anybody, bro, you need to vent. Even you just need to cuss loud. Bro, you could cuss at me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. That go for you, whatever, bro. Y'all need to talk, bro, because mental health is serious. People is crashing out.
Yeah.
Bad. Young and old, bro.
Bad.
People is just crashing out, bro. Men, women, they just like, world is on some other shit.
Yeah.
It's a lot of negative energy. You know, people trying to live up to what they see on social media. All that shit.
And that's what start your mental being messed up. Cause you start comparing your life to other people. Why I ain't on this level? They that already. What's wrong with me? I got, man, that's too much unnecessary things going in your mind.
Like, bro, whatever God got for them, that's for them, bro.
Yeah. Your time coming when it's supposed to.
And what I also tell people is, you looking at their life, but you're not even putting in the work to get nowhere near them.
Yeah. All you're doing is watching them.
You're just watching. What work are you putting in to get yourself where they at or even close to it?
Yeah.
Because people that I see doing their thing, I just use it as motivation. I never
Right.
hate on nobody. I'm like, man, homie, oh, yeah. Well, that's what's up, bitch. I gotta work harder.
Yeah.
I gotta work harder.
Yeah.
I
I ain't gonna sit back and cry about
You know
it.
what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Bro, I one day never tell you, Skip never hated on nobody, bro.
I appreciate you for doing this episode with me, brother.
Man, thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
thank
And
you,
just like I said, keep going, bro. Whatever your future goals is with this podcast, don't be fly by night with this shit. Keep going.
Real dude.
Consistency determines who you gonna be. Consistency determines who you gonna be in life.
Right.
Whatever it is, bro. As a dad, doing this podcast, what other ventures you got going on, bro.
Mhm.
This consistency determines who be that guy. Consistency and hard work outbeats talent any day.
Right.
Because I know a lot of non-talented people that
That's successful.
are successful
Right.
because they just worked hard and they stayed at it.
Yeah.
And the gifted and talented motherfuckers are on the corner begging,
Yeah.
or not doing nothing, or not in the field where they should be in life
Right.
because they feel like it's supposed to be handed to them because of you good at whatever you doing. Shit don't go like that. It just don't go like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's
thank you,
another
bro.
episode, man. Man, open eyes, bomber. Tune in next week. And this is the WeakLEE Podcast. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Tune in next week.